It was just one regular night. I was, as usual, studying geography and history in my room for the following day's lesson. But I didn't feel good. I couldn't concentrate. I felt something strange in my heart. I thought maybe a little bit of company would ease that feeling, so I got up and thought about visiting my father in his room and talk a bit. He was always there after the sunlight faded. From my balcony, close to midnight, the view was so magnificent and peaceful. I could distinguish clearly the shape of the enormous oak tree that grew in my late mother's garden. Beside, there was the stone garden with the waterfalls. An occasional bird still flew, looking for shelter for the night and longing for the daylight. Good evening, Father. May I come in? Am I disturbing you?
Yes, come in, dear doctor.
Father, we aren't speaking much these days. Did I do something to upset you?
Your mother loved this garden. She spent hours reading at the top of that rock where the Buddha is.
I know, Father. You told me many times. You always speak so sweetly about her that I barely remember her, and nevertheless I miss her.
Yes, I miss your mother very much. I have something important to tell you, Eleanor.
What is it, dear Father?
I am arranging your wedding. It will benefit our kingdom.
But, Father, am I not too young still? Please give me a couple more years to enjoy your company without these obligations.
This is not negotiable, Eleanor. I'll keep you informed.
I stormed out of his room. So that was that gut feeling. I needed to think about something, and quickly. My father will never approve that I had a relationship with Guillaume. I needed to tell him. I was so anguished that I didn't know what I was doing. I sat in front of the mirror and I started to comb my hair, trying to organize my thoughts. Finally, I decided that I had to sneak into Guillaume's room and leave him a letter. We would meet at top of the castle as usual. It was risky, but there was no other option. I waited patiently for midnight to fall. Once again, I was going to risk my life for the man that I loved. The only thing left was prayer. I fervently prayed to God, to Mother Mary, to the angels. I asked for my mother's assistance in heaven, because I knew that my heart couldn't be wrong. I had to do something to prevent that from happening. When the time was right, I quietly left my room and headed towards Guillaume's abode. I didn't want to think about who the suitor was that my father had chosen for me, but I had my suspicions. For sure it was that evil magician, Claudius. That thought horrified me. How could my father do something like that to me? I was on the verge of tears. My steps tread lightly in the garden under the moonlight, and nevertheless I feared that they could be heard by anyone that was not sleeping during that quiet night, any guard, any peasant. I was so afraid, but I had to risk my life and tell Guillaume. And as I was opening the door, I felt a sense of guilt overcoming me. What could Guillaume do? He could do nothing, and nevertheless, I thought that he needed to know. There he was, so sweet in his sleep as usual, so oblivious yet of what was going to befall on us. Overcome by sadness, I quietly left the letter that I had written for him under the bed and left. I knew it was risky for him too, and I felt so guilty about that, so worried. If somebody discovered him, they will kill him, and I will be severely punished. But I refused to treat him as a peasant. I refused to accept that destiny. I refused to marry Claudius. Together with Guillaume, we will think of a solution, whatever it may be, that may prevent that to befall on me.
I woke up from a restless dream, but an angel, a bright blue angel, had come to rescue me from my nightmares. Was it all just a dream? Even in my dreams, my love, Eleanor, filled my thoughts. My sweet, impossible love, Eleanor. I got up. Nothing. The room was empty apart from books and loneliness. It had been a dream. And then I saw it. The letter, carefully hidden under the bed. What happened? Eleanor had been here. She was asking me to meet that very same night. And that could only mean one thing. Danger. She was in danger. And I had a gut feeling that Claudius, the evil magician, was involved. I didn't mind risking my security for Eleanor. I didn't mind it at all. After all, my life seemed senseless without her. But I already knew what was going on. I had been waiting for that moment for a long time. She was going to marry, and obviously she was not going to marry me, and probably she was going to marry Claudius, according to her father, the king. And I was so worried about that, so angry. I hated feeling powerless. But I was not. I was a knight, a warrior, a fighter. I would find a solution for Eleanor and I. And I was sure that no one, not even that evil magician, not even that oblivious king, could stop me. Don't worry, Eleanor, I thought, while I approached the bench where we used to meet in the darkness. I will find a solution for you and I. Believe in me, because I will.
Guillaume, Guillaume, have you fallen asleep?
Eleanor, you are here at last. Did somebody see you come?
Guillaume, there is something very important that I have to tell you tonight.
You don't need to tell me. I know. Your father is arranging your marriage, right?
How do you know?
It was just a matter of time, my dear. But I didn't expect it to be so soon.
Me neither. What can we do? I don't want to marry Guillaume if it's not marrying you.
Do you know who the suitor is already, Eleanor?
Not yet, but we both know who it will be.
Eleanor, I'm not going to let this happen. It is time that I face Claudius and defeat him.
Guillaume, he's very powerful. I'm scared. Please, Guillaume, don't defy Claudius. If something bad happens to you, I will die. I will seriously die.
Don't worry, Eleanor. I'll be fine. I'll investigate this magician and expose him in front of the king. This madness has to stop.
And that was the moment, under the moonlight, that our fate was sealed and our tragedy started.